Most architecture students spend hours designing buildings, but rarely explore the settings in which the buildings exist. And that's the problem. If you never really explore the world around you and how it exists, you're not really designing for it. You're taught to sketch, model, render, but not really to observe the world around us. Yet design ideas don't just come from software. Personally, from my experience, they come from people and places and really speaking with communities. So today I'm going to show you why exploring the surroundings around you, one of the most important skills that you can have as an architecture student. Most of us design like this, in a room or on a screen, inspiration boards or references. So I decided to do something simple, not go anywhere specific, but to just observe. And suddenly I can start noticing things such as how the people interact with the buildings, how materials hit the sunlight, how people can naturally gather in certain places. Even places you pass every day, such as a walk to the shop or a walk to the park, you can notice different things by just observing and slowing down your movement. That's what I did when I went to a visit organised by the university to Cheddar Gorge. It wasn't necessarily architecture related, but it helped me break free from that mold of constantly being in the studio and just focusing on buildings all the time. I could focus more on landscape and also buildings, but more on an informal and relaxed sense. And it was a really nice scenic place to get out of that architecture mindset of like being in the studio all the time and not exploring the area around you. And what I really liked about that, it gave me a place to like think and to just enjoy myself. The intricacy of the like internal spaces and the like little droplets that are formed was really interesting. And that also made me consider my like projects more like informally in terms of creating a playful landscape with certain like features to discover, almost like a game or a maze to really get people interested about the landscape. And then another fact was just looking at the different like bookshops. They had like a range of like streets. It's really interesting exploring those. I found one particularly interesting. They were like a small shop that did like little like wood carvings. They had like little small benches outside and more like intimate figures inside. And that was particularly important for my project as well, because our brief is to like design a building related to craft. And the craft that I chose was woodwork, and so that really inspired me to see the different intricate shapes you can create hand carving, particularly because I'm focusing on like heritage related skills and bringing that back into the present, and just to see the level of care and the story that can be told through handcrafting. And then another one was, it was just a local like bookshop, and what I found really interesting is that they had like a range of books, particularly on like the English countryside, and like trees and things like that. So that was also like one of my interests, because on our site there's like such a wide variety of trees, particularly in the area that I've chosen. And so learning through that in a more like fun, informal way rather than lectures is like really beneficial. This is the book that I chose to get. It's called English Countryside, and it has some like really interesting facts about the countryside. So like the stories that you can tell through nature, and it has some really interesting annotations as well. Also about flowers, telling you like the different species. They're just really like well written and easy to read. There's not a lot of like sentences. It's broken up by interesting titles, like there's an interesting one about hedgehogs, like can it predict colds, things like that. So I'd really recommend just like exploring your local area, maybe like picking up a book or two, even if you like can't like buy it in the store or in person. Looking it up in the library is also good. And then what I found like a really unique thing that I haven't seen anywhere is a deck of playing cards. So these are specifically relating to like trees. And what I really liked about that is that like you could find out about different species, but also like having a fun game. Personally, I don't know how to play cards, but this is really making me want to learn. So like if you open it up, this is what it comes. And so it basically details the different tree species inside. So I'll pick off a few cards. This is the first one. So it just tells you what the tree looks like and then the actual name. Quite a lot of them have like really long complex names, so that is a bit confusing, but it says, so like this is called common lime, and then it says what the name would be called. And then same for this one, this is like a common walnut tree. And then it says the name at the bottom. So just really interesting having like a series of cards to just learn or make your experience more interesting. I'd say if you can make your learning more fun rather than like lectures, or really like make it into some sort of game, it really makes you learn that knowledge faster and input it into your brain. And then it's also more enjoyable. You're more likely to enjoy your design and just carry on, and it also helps to reduce burnout as well. So I'd really recommend looking for those niche learning topics. So it can be visual, like if you like the YouTube video, just like analysing or attending talks as well is a really great way to learn, especially from like industry leaders, get hands-on or like attend a talk. It's also really beneficial in terms of like networking and meeting different people that you might not have met in your like day-to-day life. Consider subscribing below, and if you have any comments that you'd like, please put them also below, and any ideas for future videos I'd be more than happy to make. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.